start off by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash. Double honors going out to the elders, apostles, bishops of Great Millstone, who teach and rule well the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all right? And also you Israelites who are scattered among the heathen nations, looking like the heathen nations, but through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we have the understanding, the knowledge to know that you also come of the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When you heard and believed in the doctrine, that's how we know that you also come of the seed line. All right? We're sitting here doing another class, sit down, all right, doing a little live. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect, because that's what we do. These classes are videos going out on the highways and hedges. We do this for the elect, all right? We're not doing it for the 2/3. All we tell the 2/3 is get ready for your judgment. The heathen nations, same thing. Get ready for your judgment that's coming upon you for your disobedience. 2/3, all right, for your disobedience. Other than that, hey, we're blowing that trumpet. Oh shoot, we could get that Joe out two and one right away. This is what we're talking about. This is all we're here to do, is to warn our people, warn the elect. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to wake up each and every one of you at their appointed time.
You said Joel 2 and 1?
Okay.
This is Joel chapter 2. And 1 it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
That's right. See that? We have an order from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to be announcing this truth, this doctrine, this alarm, this warning. All right? That is what we commanded to do as man of Israel, man. All right? We heard this doctrine. We heard this good news. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has woken us up. All right? He has given us the spirit, right? That breath of life. For what? So we can continue doing his mission, doing his will, preparing ourselves for that great day. All right? We're not doing it so everybody could come in. We're not doing it for all Israel to come in. No, man. We're out here only for the elects. That's it, man. Baba Kashah, let's get into Matthew 7 and 6.
Let me grab this precept real quick. Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up the voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Yep. See, we're not out here to give you that sweet, buttering talk and tell you everything you're doing is good and come as you is, man. We're letting you know that you're going off. See, this is the same way with us. We heard from our elders, apostles, on down, from Great Millstone. Hey, guess what? That struck fear in us. I was going off. I'm sinning. I need to stop what I'm doing, stop living my life as I was in this world, and do that 180 with your life, man. And turn back to our power. Yeah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Offend less. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And a lot of y'all have a problem with us warning our people, telling them that they're going off, telling them that there's Jacob's trouble coming for all those disobedient and rebellious people of our nation, man. A lot of you have a problem with that. A lot of you want to push that sweet talking, that nothing's going to happen, that there's no mark of the beast, that there is no Jacob's trouble.
Jake just coming under the woodwork with all type of shit now.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are leading those souls astray, man. You're going to have to pay for that. But on the contrary, you have those men that are actually set up to lead the elect the way Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has commanded us to be led, man.
Let me grab this real quick. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. And this is why you see an uptick of Jake talking about ain't no Jacob's trouble, ain't no mark of the beast. They added that in the book and all this other bullshit they're coming with, basically adding and taking away. And that's just the Most High condemning you even further to this judgment that you're about to come into. You see? Because it tells you, because now you've gone out here and pronounced yourself as a prophet. You want to talk about the scriptures. Now you're about to be found in the lot of a false prophet. You see? And it tells you in the scriptures that whatever the false prophet says is not going to be, that's what's going to take him under, man. So for all you false prophets talking about ain't no mark of the beast, you're going to be taken under by the mark of the beast. All you false prophets talking about ain't no Jacob's trouble coming, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to be swept up in this tribulation that's going to come in the form of Jacob's trouble, man. And whatever else, other false prophecy that you're out here preaching and trying to stand and uplift as if it's truth. You see, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is going to have the last laugh and mocking you by bringing all those things that you said wasn't going to be upon you, man.
Let me get this since we're on that. This is Revelation 21 and verse 18. It says, "For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of prophecy of this book."
And it's talking about the entire book, all the prophecies.
Yep.
Got the nigga talking about all the prophecies already come to pass. Man, you
tripping. "If any man shall add unto these things, power shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
Yep.
If any man shall take away the words of this book of this prophecy, power shall take away his part out of the book of life."
And that's what's happening to a lot of you Israelites who are speaking presumptuously, man. You're moving in a spirit that's out of order. You're trying to add things to the building that doesn't fit. You see, you all trying to be in the midst of the tabernacle doing things that's out of order, man. Trying to bring in that strange fire. You see, and the Most High killed 2 of Aaron's sons because of that, man. Moving in the spirit of disorder. That's what's about to come upon you Israelites who know you're Israelites first and foremost, man. Because don't it tell us in the book of Peter that what judgment must first begin at the house of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, which goes into us who know we're Israelites first and foremost. That's what's about to happen.
Yep. It says, "Power shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book."
Yes, sir. That's what's coming.
So, hey, man, you got to figure out your own salvation now, because, you taking away from it, guess what? You're going to receive a judgment for that. You're letting people astray, you're going to receive a judgment for that. You're adding unto it, you're going to receive a judgment for that.
You got camps trying to, let me see, how can I say, what's the word? You got camps trying to lessen the gravity of the weight.
Finesse.
Or of Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, not understanding that if you're not in Yahweh Shai, you're not living, man. Yahweh Shai is the life. Yahweh Shai is the blood. You see? That keeps us alive, man. And you guys are talking about you don't worship Yahweh Shai. He don't need to be bowed down to. You going straight to the Heavenly Father, man. You really don't understand what you're a part of or what you're saying when you're making these type of claims, man. You see, the only way back to the Heavenly Father is by way of a sacrifice, and all the other sacrifices have been done away with, man. The Most High don't want that no more. So He gave us His Son Yahweh Shai as that perfect sacrifice. And if you're trying to go some other way outside of the way the Most High set up for us to go through, which is through Yahweh Shai, you see, you're going to have to pay for your own sins. You're going to have to be your own sacrifice, man. And this is why a lot of us, our people, are about to die horrific deaths, man. You see? Yeah. Because they're moving in a spirit that's out of order.
That's right.
God, and you got a lot of the leadership of these different groups and these different camps, they're waxing worse and worse as we get closer to the end, because ultimately they're going to be reserved for that judgment. And we know the judgment of the false prophets is not going to be a nice one, man. That the Most High is going to destroy all you false prophets, all the leadership, all the people who are leading the flock astray.
And even all you lone wolves, all y'all that are coming out of the woodworks out of nowhere, man. Whether you be hired agents or just that's your lot as being a deceiver and an agent, man.
Either way, the deceive and the deceiver are his.
Yep.
So this is Titus chapter 1 verse 10. It says, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, of those who know they're Israelites, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake."
Yep. A lot of y'all want the fame. A lot of y'all want money. A lot of y'all want women. You're not worried about salvation. You're worried about the worldly things. You're carnal minded. And being carnal is enmity. Salakia.
You got it.
And it brings a
Enmity,
division.
yeah.
I can't.
Enmity.
You had it.
Enmity.
You said it right.
I said it right the first time.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought I didn't. These languages, man. But that brings a division between you and our power, man. Yeah, how about Hashem Shai? When you carnal minded, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, hey, we are not supposed to be on this side just thinking that this is it and enjoying everything YOLO. We're here to pay a price. We're here to suffer our judgment.
You know, we have things in this life. We live simple lives, man. We pick out a few things we do in society, and we keep it simple, man. But a lot of you are out here trying to get this filthy lucre because you want to be the next Israelite superstar, the next big congregation on YouTube with all the followers and all the thrills and frills, man. It ain't about that, man. It's about telling the world what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is about to do in all truth and sincerity, man. That's what it's all about, breaking this doctrine down the right way. You got guys adding this piece and taking away this piece and remixing that piece and add this piece over here. That's not how it's supposed to be, man. And you're doing that, you see, for more views, more likes, but basically vainglory, man.
Vainglory. That's what it is.
Magnifying Yahweh Bashim Yahweh is not at the forefront of your ministry. You putting yourself up on this pedestal as if you're the guy, like you got this knowledge of your own, like this is of you. You see? That's going to cause a lot of you to be put to death, man. You see?
Yep. You're chasing after that crown that's going to be destroyed, man. That's not going to be an eternal crown.
And it all goes back to what? A lack of fear.
Yep.
Because if you really feared the Most High, you wouldn't be out here trying to preach a doctrine that's not in accordance with what the Most High said he was going to do.
Unfaithful, unbelievers, man.
Yep.
You don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. You don't believe that there's this great power that's always existed that's going to bring judgment down, man.
Yeah.
Y'all really think that y'all just were born into this place and you just going to die and that's it, man? It don't work that way, man.
Yep. So,
I got one, Colossians 2 and 8. It says, because the elect are going to have a spirit of discernment. You're going to be seeing those false prophets, and you're going to be able to discern. You're going to be like, nah, you run away from that false prophet, right? You ain't going to sit there and listen to no false prophet if you're the elect. But this is Colossians 2 and 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach.
Yeah, because you constantly got all these people that constantly come up to us. Oh, have you heard the Church of Jesus Latter Day, whatever, this and that? We're JWs, you know, this and that. We're Baptists, this and that. And they try to come over here with their little gimmicks, whatever, sweet talking. And all they're trying to do is sit there and put those chains back on you, man.
that's what a lot of Israelites are doing in these false groups. They're doing the same thing, man. Got Jake in bondage, you see, because y'all not moving the right way, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you're not studied and you're not diligent, then guess what? Those chains are gonna work on you. But if you're diligent, you're following the true doctrine, which we know through faith, and it starts out with our elders of GMS. You know, you're not gonna be overtaken by that bullshit. You know.
Yeah, the elect ain't gonna be deceived.
Exactly.
I got two real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
And this is what a lot of Israelites are popping up with, man. What I believe,
Yeah.
I'm just telling you my opinion. It don't matter about none of that shit, man. What did the Most High say he was going to do? What is the message that was relayed to Yahweh and given unto us? That's what it's about, because it all goes back to what the Most High said, man. Anything outside of that is a lie. You see?
Yep.
And now you have this uptick in these fucking scoffers coming out of nowhere, spewing all this madness as if it's some light thing, and it goes back to a lack of fear, a lack of understanding, and not knowing what the fuck is going on. Just running your goddamn mouth about things you have no clue about, man. I'm gonna say it. Ain't no mark of the beast. I'm telling you, it's not real. Okay.
And he was trying to puff himself up
Proud.
while he
Proud
was
as hell.
talking, and then you can hear it in his voice that he ain't got no truth, because every time he tried to make a point, his voice squeaked.
Little whole ass nigga.
Man, that you know what? All y'all that want to follow men like that,
Go
leave,
ahead.
go. We don't want you around. This is not for you. We don't need cheerleaders. We don't need nobody to validate us.
Jake just don't understand the magnitude of what's going on, man. They really don't understand them. A lot of our people don't understand the magnitude that the Most High is changing the entire course of the world. The entire setup of the earth is about to be changed. It's about to change hands from Esau to us. You see, it's a certain is what the Most High says is going to be. And if you were deviating from what the Most High said, man, now you're basically calling the Most High a liar. That's what you're saying when you ain't no mark of the beast, ain't no Jacob's trouble. The Most High lying, he ain't finna bring no Jacob's trouble. You see, that don't exist. Mark of the beast don't exist. That's something they put in there to make you fear.
That's so stupid.
You stupid, man. You got it.
Here's another one real quick. This is Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
Good.
So yeah, man, if you walk according to your own mind and your own little stupid opinions instead of the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you're gonna fall into that trap, man. You're gonna be destroyed, man.
Because for the most part, what have we been taught is the ways of the Gentiles, the ways of this world, man. The ways of the heathen nations, man. We haven't been, man, all of us right here, bro, like, have we been born and grew up in a family that knew Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that raised us in the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? I can tell you, I didn't grow up like that. I grew up in the heathen customs. I grew up with this false God that told me, love everybody, love everybody, love everybody. That's a false balance. That sits there and puts confusion in your own life, man. That brings you down as a man, especially as a man of Israel, man. Because this society right here in Babylon the Great, America, man, it puts out feminine men.
It's completely defiled, man. You see? And you niggas trying to come into the truth and bring that shit from the outside world into the truth and still stay in your old ways of loving everybody. Basically, you're a fucking Israelite covered Christian, man. You see? That's all it is. Israelite out of shell and the goddamn Christian soft nougat center and shit, man. You see? Niggas ain't changed. Because you're putting on the act, you're being hypocrites, man. And that's what's being made known now. All this shit that's coming out in the last few months, it just shows that a lot of our people who know they're Israelites are not in the right spirit, man. Just out here fucking winging it. Doing whatever. And thinking that there's no consequence for it. But the Most High has always been a power of order. You see? The Most High has always been a power of structure and doing things a certain way. And if you're trying to do it another way, any way outside of his, he corrects that, man. And that's what's about to come. You see? You got some more, bro?
I just want to reemphasize. It says, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. And wisdom comes from fearing the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When you fear the Lord, you're going to stick to what he's written, man. You're not going to deviate and put your own spin on things, man.
Why? Because you know it's a judgment that comes behind that, man. But people who are coming into this truth, they're still looking at the Most High like
pushover.
There it is. They're looking at him like the Christian church looks at the Most High. A pushover. I can do whatever I want to do. Ain't no judgment coming. I've been doing this my whole life. I can say whatever I want to say when it comes to this Bible. I can believe how I want to believe. You see? And that's what false pagan Christianity teaches, a lack of fear. No respect for the Most High. No reverence for the Most High. And this is why you niggas come in with that mentality into the truth. And you're doing those same fucking things that you were doing in Christianity. But we're here to tell you, man, that the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, is not a fucking pushover, man. You see, the God we serve, our God is the same God that flooded the earth and only saved 8 people. And he's telling us that in these last days, a time of trouble is coming, and it's going to outweigh anything that he's ever done in the form of judgment before, man. And that includes the flood. That's how bad it's going to be out here. And we're starting to see why here in these last days it's going to be so harsh when this judgment comes, man.
It's gonna be worse than the Atlantic slave trade, man.
Oh, it's going to be bad, man.
It tells you in the scriptures that nothing that has been seen on this earth is going to compare to the judgment that's coming, man.
Let me get this real quick now. This is Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So this time of tribulation that we're coming into, the time of Jacob's trouble, is going to far outweigh any other time of judgment the Most High has unleashed. That's how bad it's going to be. And especially here in the land of America, man. Why you niggas is out here fucking around and bullshit thinking that shit is sweet. You see? And it's going to be so bad. What is it going to tell us is going to have to happen? It says, and at that time, thy people shall be saved, everyone that shall be found written in the book. This time of tribulation is going to be so bad, we're going to need divine intervention to escape the perils that we're coming into, man. That's how bad it's going to be while you niggas is out here playing games. Trying to be cute for social media. Because you got low self-esteem. You ain't got no confidence, so you want to go and act like you know some shit. You see, for some views and some likes. Get 100 little likes and you start to lose your mind and come and try to skew the Most High's doctrine, man. But you niggas gonna pay for that shit.
If anything, once you start getting views and like, you need to humble yourself more, man.
Yeah,
and
man.
fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua a lot more, man. And pride coming before destruction. You puffing yourself up, thinking you made yourself something, man. Hey, that's how close you are to being destroyed for being prideful, for thinking arrogant.
Yeah, man. It's not a light thing. It's not a light thing, man. What's y'all holding?
I got 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and 56. Read a couple here. It says,
Matthew 7:6.
for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. And this is talking about the 2/3. You're at liberty. I mean, you have the freedom to repent, but you're too much caught up in the bullshit. You know, you don't have the spirit to like the brother was saying, to repent. Instead, you want to get caught up in all these other false doctrines, or you just want to act a straight fool. You know, verse 57.
Yeah, but that time of liberty is this grace time, and it's coming to an
winding
end.
down,
Man.
yeah.
It's coming to an end. This is the time where Yahweh Shem Yahushua is giving us this time, and what did he say? He's gonna win at what we done before, as long as we turn back, we repent. Hey, at the end of the day, you got to be part of the elect, part of that remnant.
That too.
You know, but he's gonna wink at everything we done in ignorance, man. But all y'all that are taking this lightly, he ain't gonna take that as something light, man. It's great wrath that's coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, he that cup that's filled with his wrath, man. He's gonna pour it all upon you.
All right, verse 57, it says, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said in their heart that there is no God.
And they ain't got to say it out of their mouth.
Right.
Their
Their
Their actions prove they don't believe in the Most High. You see, they might believe in a God, but it ain't the God of the Bible, because they're not moving in the spirit of fear, because the Most High is the Most High is a terrible demon-like power, man.
That's right.
Hebrews 10:31 tells us that what? It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. It also tells us that the Most High is what? The King of terrors. You see?
Yep.
He said he will avenge him of his enemies, man. The Most High is not a pushover. The Most High is not a punk, man, as the world has tried to portray him to be.
Right.
And that's what you Israelites are about to find out firsthand, man. You see?
And like you said, they don't have to say it out loud, because when you go into that word heart, it means mind. You just think it. You just think there's no God.
And
He's got a judgment coming for you.
Hey, they'll sit there and they'll pray and this and that, whatever they claim they're doing. But right after that, what they doing? sinning, committing adultery, worshiping false idols. Yeah, that's the biggest thing within Israel is idol worship and adultery, man. You lie, you steal, you kill, you let me rephrase that. You murder, man.
Mhm.
You take after the ways of your god Esau.
Yeah, like not having no reverence for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 58, and said in their heart that there is no God. Yeah, and that knowing they must die.
Yep.
For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful to him which prepared life for them.
Yep, and you see it, man. A lot of all y'all that want to go a different route, y'all are not thankful for that sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, man. You're not thankful that Yahweh is having mercy upon us, man.
Mm-hmm.
He could easily destroy the entire nation of Israel, man. Y'all don't get that through your mind, man. He's having great mercy upon us because we all deserve to be put to death, man, for being disobedient to the Heavenly Father, man. Go ahead, brother.
And I'm going to read that verse again just so because the next verse for context. Verse 60 it says, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful to him which prepared life for them, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things, that's it.
Yeah, the judgment is now at hand, man. You're going to see more and more judgment every day. Hey, this year started off great, man. And we're hoping, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua comes back and delivers us this year. We want that. We want to see the end of this place, of our enemies, of the enemies of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We'll start off with you 2/3. It starts off with Isaida, man. And then the rest of the nations. Y'all motherfuckers taking it. Hey, man, it's all good. To water Yahweh Shem Yahushua that we're not in that lot. Because we could easily be in that same block, but we say to water Yahweh Shem Yahushua for taking us out of the world, man. For taking us out of that mentality of the 2/3, man. Yeah,
and you said, it starts out with Edom, but the brother had touched on it earlier. And first and foremost, it's going to start out with the house of the Most High, which are you Israelites,
Especially of you who know.
Yeah.
The circumcision. Yep. Those are
even that dude that said that there's no mark of the beast. What did he say? Well, we're Israelites. We're the true Jew. That's exactly what he said.
Okay. So
he was saying all the indigenous that are here in the Americas, we're the chosen people, but there's no mark of the beast. Yep. Y'all want to say there ain't no Jacob's trouble. Everything's written there to keep us deceived, right? No, everything that's written in the scriptures is for our learning, for our understanding, it's the warnings. It's everything we need to know before that great and dreadful day, man. To be prepared in our mind first, in our spirit, man. But and then he wants to sit there and say you could basically said you could call him whatever you want because it says he said Yeshua, Jesus, Yahweh Shai, so he knows. Go ahead, brother. Y'all brothers got something?
Something real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook the Most High which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. So a lot of our people, man, they get the goodies of this life, just like in times of old. Israelites, they were doing good and whatnot. The Lord was blessing them and stuff like that, and they forgot, that the Most High is in control, man. And that's these people right here, man, saying whatever the fuck they want to say because they forgot that the Most High is in control. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is running this show here, man. And all the things that you got right now, that's just the Lord. That's just the Lord fattening you up for the kill, man.
And they don't think about it, man. They don't think that whatever you're getting could be for your destruction, man. Having a platform and having all these views, all these likes, same thing with your personal life, having a job, this and that, making money, this and that. You don't even understand that could be easily for your destruction, man. To keep your mind
away from the most.
away from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You're over here having the bag, having good food in your fridge, this and that, and you ain't thinking about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You're not praying about Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That could be easily a distraction. Because I can sit there and say, man, there's things that I have in my life that say, hey, I fear sometimes, like, man, I hope that I don't have this and this and that for my destruction. But then the balance is, hey, I know brothers need help. Whatever I could do, I do, and when I can't, I can't. You say something?
No, you got it.
But it says they lightly esteem the rock of their salvation. We're not doing that. We have things the Lord blesses us with, but we're not lightly esteeming Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
And we ain't out here acting like we got it on our own. We think the Most High for everything we have, and the Most High gives you more. He gives you less. He gives you what He wants you to have in certain time frames, man. But it's all from Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
We have to know and understand that everything we have is to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai so He could be glorified, man. It's not for us to be glorified, man. It's not for us to be the man. We ain't shit here in Babylon, man.
Completely defiled. No matter how hard we try, we're in a fucking filthy, defiled ass society, and there's only so much we can do in the flesh to, you know what I'm saying, be pleasing before the Most High. This is why He gave us Yahweh Shai. You see?
And we're vulnerable too. Like what did He say? Jacob, thy worm. You know, without Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we ain't shit. You know.
We defeated without Yahweh Shem
We ain't
Yahushai,
got
man.
nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
This is verse 16. Deuteronomy 32 and 16. It says, they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations provoked they him to anger.
And they're still doing that to this day, man. All this correction going out on how you Israelites are supposed to be serving our power, and you refuse to do it, man. You see, that's why the wrath of the Most High is going to come upon you, as it tells you in 2 Chronicles 36.
They want to hold the Passover however the hell they want to hold it over.
Charging for the Passover, all type of shit, man. Making it a party Passover.
Charging for the doctrine, charging for Hebrew names, charging for prayers.
For fringes,
Doing a
garments.
buffet.
Selling everything that ain't fucking nailed down, man. I know, right? A fucking Passover buffet. Good Lord. Goddamn, Golden Corral at the Passover. What's up? What's up,
Abomination. Y'all brothers have anything? If not, we can go into that Matthew 7 and 6.
So this is Matthew 7 and 6. It says, give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine,
That's right, man.
lest they trample them under
That's right.
under their feet, and turn again and rent you.
Yep, that's right. And that's what you see with a lot of these characters, man. But that's why we always say, man, this is not for everybody. We're not here to debate you. We're not here to go back and forth and try to make you see things our way. No, if you can't see it, go on. If you don't want to listen to it, go on. We're not here to listen to you about how you feel about your religion, man.
What you wanted to be. We ain't here to debate.
Yeah.
We got the truth. Ain't no debating in it.
We ain't going back, Lord willing, to all that fake shit, man. Who really wants to sit there and be back in those spiritual chains, man? In that spiritual bondage. Not me. We left that for a reason. Hey, this is the truth. This sets you free, and it starts with your mind. We know this is not the end all be all, man. Prophecy says it. If this was the end all be all, as the brothers only bring out, man, you should have been going to the land to learn the ways, but we're not. All that's being pushed forth here by this wicked ruler is sin and death, man. That's it. This ain't life. This ain't living. This ain't freedom. This is captivity at its most.
We're subject to payments. We work with bags with holes in them. You know.
So at the end of the day, like dude comes to the camp that's been coming up to the camp for years now. Hey, what we do? Ignore his ass. It ain't for him. We already know it ain't. He tried to come up one time before acting like he was about it, and what did he do? Started to scoff him off. Trying to sit there and act like he wanted to repent. It was just an act.
Playing around in bullshit because Jake has no fear.
That's why now he's over there sitting like droopy with his face, man.
They had the Most High and gave that nigga a stroke.
He's withering away.
Yep.
Get that 2 Timothy chapter 2, Baba Shah.
Oh,
You
I
got
got you.
something?
I'll hold on to it.
2 Timothy, and you want to chapter 2 and 1 through 3, right?
Ka.
2 Timothy 1, or I'm sorry, 2 Timothy 2, verse 1. Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yahushai. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also.
Yep. That's why you have a time to stand on the other side of the line, man. That's why we got to do those tests, the trooper tests, man. Some of y'all got offended about that, man. Nothing to be offended about. It's just something because, why? Because, yeah, it's commanded us to make sure that, hey, those men that are going to be standing at the line are committed, man, are holding and believe in the truth and actually have an understanding of what they're getting themselves into, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was no coincidence that those tests came out the way they did out here, man. Especially after the work was done, where I was in Pennsylvania and I seen it happen out there, man. It was to make sure that we're in order, that we're not just letting anybody come into the camp, man.
Tightening the ship.
Yeah, man. You're not supposed to be allowing just anybody to come into your home, man.
They got to be proven, you know. That's
Yep.
why, brothers, when you come to the camp, you're not going to just cross the line in the first day or the first week. You know, you got to prove in the spirit, you
This
know.
bro's been on the sideline for years. I mean,
God.
shit.
And if you're of the elect, guess what? You ain't going to have a
wouldn't matter.
problem,
It wouldn't matter.
you
Exactly.
know, waiting to be proven. You're going to just keep, you know, staying in order, waxing stronger and stronger in the spirit, learning from the elders, learning from the heads of the camps, you know. You're going to have that spirit of patience on you. What's that word patience? It means to suffer, to endure. If you want to jump across the line and you quit, you know, you leave a camp because you don't have that patience to endure, and guess what? You was never of the elect.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Kick rocks. You know? We're like the brother had posted a while back, quality over quantity. We're not looking for numbers in GMS. You know? We're about, like the brother, quality. Brothers who are gonna, you know, do what's right. Brothers who are gonna do what's required. You know?
What verse did you finish?
Oh, I got one more. Verse 3, I'll read 2 just for the context. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit to thou faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach.
Yeah. See? Standing 10 toes down, man, for this doctrine, for this good news, for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Don't have no doubt. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai hasn't given us the spirit of fear, man. We supposed to be sealed in our minds when we hear this, not doubting and wondering, oh, what about this? What about that? Oh, what about the MOTB is something else? What about if it's fake? No. You're not supposed to be in that spirit, man. This is why we're not like these modern day Christians where they accept everybody. And starting with Apostle Tahar on down. They sit there and tell you, we really don't want y'all around. We don't want you gathering around because y'all just think it's a fucking game. Y'all think it's a trend. No, we're looking for what? Those who actually have the same mind state, man.
Let me read this real quick. Ephesians 4:14, it says, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him in all things, which is the head, even Mashiach. And that's the spirit we're supposed to be in. Not going to all these other camps and taking bits and pieces and trying to piecemeal the doctrine together. You have to discern in the spirit who the true men of the Lord are and follow them. And we've been believing it all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. and we're seeing these groups outside of Great Millstone and the brothers who teach the same doctrine as Great Millstone. These false camps, they're changing their doctrine every time, every fucking month. Here's another breakdown of the MOTB, and it's all wrong, it's all jacked up, and they're tossed to and fro, man. And it tells us a stable man, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and this is what we see happening from these different camps, man. They're being tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, man. They adding shit from pagan Christianity into it, talking about hell and you going to hell and burning forever, all type of shit, man. You see, that's not how we're supposed to be. The doctrine that the apostles taught us, that's what we're sticking to, because we know and understand that this is the truth, because we hear Yahweh Shai's voice here, man. You see.
Yep. Got one real quick.
You got it.
This is Proverbs 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Because there's nothing outside of this truth except for death, man. There's nothing but death outside of Yahweh Shai. There's nothing but death outside of the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You see? So if you want to wander out of the way and turn back to that being that sow wallowing in the mire in this defiled ass place, guess what? You're spiritually dead, man. There is no life outside of the truth. And this is why we're telling you, every group has a portion of, no. A group has the full truth, and if you're not following that, you're still in the congregation of the dead, man.
Yeah.
You got something else?
Just want to make a quick movie reference because it goes into this right here. I watched a movie recently called Cell. Have y'all seen that?
I ain't
John
watched
Cusack.
the full thing.
All right, it's a movie. It's a movie called Cell, and it's like a zombie movie, right? And there's survivors that were not zombified, and they were trying to find their way, to survive and whatnot. And there's this one guy, he strayed away from the group to go, get his son, and he ended up turning into a damn zombie and going back into, that's like going back into the congregation of the dead. He didn't stay with the, the people that was gonna bring him to life, man.
That goes back into that spirit of looking back. You know what I'm saying? That spirit of looking back. What you looking back for? What do you, how should I say, man? Hey, let the dead bury the dead, man. Let the spiritually dead worry about the spiritually dead. We worried about those who are doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. What y'all got?
No, yeah, and one of the points I was gonna make is to correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't see all these camps that are going off. They don't have like worldwide camps where the gospel is being preached in every single language. That's a right there is a spirit of discernment. You can see who the true men are, because the GMS, starting out with our elders, our beloved elders, hey, they're pushing this doctrine, right? And you got all over the world, you got men speaking all kind of different languages.
Not just one or two men in the camp
right.
doing videos and everybody just sitting around playing with their hand in their pocket, playing pocket pool and shit. You see, every brother has been commanded to make videos. You see? And that's another sifting mechanism as well, man. Because those men who are not really about it, guess what happened to them? They end up falling to the wayside. Mm-hmm. You see?
Because I know IUIC, they got different, whatever they call them, schools. But it's not like GMS. And our elders, they ain't never left New York to push this gospel. And this doctrine is being spread like wildfire.
Camps all the way in Australia. Come on.
Oh, shoot. He's famous in Africa. He's never been out there.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's beautiful. And if you're of the elect, you're going to have a spirit of discernment to just something simple like that. You're going to look at that and you're like, man, this is it.
Because all that shit that Bishop named the IUIC is doing, they're self-willed, man. The Most High didn't tell us to do that. The Most High told us to just push the word, upload it, and it's going to get to the elect. They'll be talking about some damn Israel worldwide, trying to be the biggest Israelite camp in the world. And that's not what the Most High is looking for, man. The Most High is not looking for community Israelites, man. The Most High he wants his elect, you see, to hear his word.
Like our elders always say, the internet does the heavy lifting.
That's it.
And on that note, let me just grab this real quick, dealing with the internet. This is Psalms 19, and I'll start at 1. It says, the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Mm-hmm. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. All right? So, because this is talking about the internet, so you got GMS camps, like I was saying, all over the planet Earth. And when some brothers are asleep, you got other brothers awake doing lessons, and then vice versa. Those other brothers that are sleeping across the world, they're you know, when they go to sleep, then those other brothers, they'll start doing the
It's like
lessons.
shifts, man.
Yeah,
First
different
shift,
shift, yeah.
first shift, second shift, third shift. You got brothers that be on graveyard shift. You see, you got brothers that come in for random shifts. You can't sleep. You get up, and I got a video. You know what I'm saying? Because we about pushing this gospel, man, and that's what the Most High commands of us.
And there ain't no group out there that floods the internet with these videos more than the GMS camp. You know, this is verse.
Why? Because it's the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man.
That's right.
100.
That's right.
This is verse 3. It says, "There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth." Are these other camps their line going out through all the earth? I don't believe so. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard of no Sakari, Nigeria, or Sakari, like you said, Australia or Germany. You know, so if you're the real men of the Lord, you got to fit these scriptures. The scriptures got to add up. You know.
And I was trying to say, what this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, and nation of income.
God.
You see?
Oh, let me just make a point. You had this religion of modern day Christianity go among the whole world, you know, but it's been centuries, man.
And it ain't come yet.
And ain't
Christianity is a false doctrine. That's why.
And ain't no prophecy being seen the way it's been seen since our elders' elder, you know, their elders were out there.
And it really hasn't been that long ago.
No, it's only been they went out and really started
a little over 60 years.
Yeah. And then just wait a minute. Since our elders got on YouTube 2007, 2008, 2007. Look how it's been growing, man.
Wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wildfire that they can't put out, man. And it's not even
why
wild.
can't
It's
they put it out?
it's a fire that like the bush, man.
Yeah. And it's the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why it ain't going to go out. You know? This is verse 5. It says, or I'm sorry, I'm still on 4. "And their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun," which is talking about the internet. Yep. Verse 5. "Which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race." And guess what? A strong man is going to finish the race. Right? You got those guys over there at Sakari. They're starting out their top guy. He ain't gonna be able to finish the race. That dude's through. You know.
What else you got?
Yeah, that's good on that. That's good on that.
Jump back. Are you holding
Timothy? Or no?
Yeah, the brother's holding. Let him bring it out.
All right, this is John 10 and verse 27. This is Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me."
You know? So right there, it's not saying the whole world, and not even all of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
It's his sheep, his elect, those that were given unto him by Yahweh. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that was it on that one. You want to keep going on that?
Yeah, keep going on that.
All right, it says, "And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand."
See that? That's a great point right there, man. He's the one that's going to give us eternal life, man. We can't do this on our own, man. We need Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. We need that sacrifice. We need that mediator for us to come back to the Heavenly Father, man. Mm-hmm. We don't want to go through the other route where we have to suffer the lake of fire, man. That's crazy. That's nonsense, man. All y'all that want to follow men like that, keep going about it. You have more, or that's it?
One more. It says, "My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand."
So the elect is going to finish the race, man. You see, the elect is going to be in the promised spirit the entire time. Are they perfect men in the flesh? No. You see, we won't be perfect until Yahweh Shai changes us, but in the spirit, it tells us, Revelation 14, that there's no guile in their mouth, man. That goes into deceit, no lies. And that's all because what? We're sticking to the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai and breaking it down the right way.
You got a closing set?
What you got? That's
You got a
it?
closing set? You got a closing set? Y'all brother, you got a little bit more over there, or was that it?
That was it on that John 10.
Con? Well, let's get this one more verse and we'll close it out, because that's
1 out of 15.
Yeah.
Timothy.
con.
All right. I'm gonna start at 14.
Con.
And if Baba Kashaf, if you don't mind, I'll read the NLT first.
Go ahead.
This is Second Timothy 2 and 14, and this is out of the NLT. It says, "Remind everyone about these things."
No,
And
that's
com-
it. We can wrap it up.
Oh, I got one.
Let the brother finish.
Okay.
Remind everyone about these things and command them in the Most High's presence to stop fighting over words. Such arguments are useless and they can ruin those who hear them. Work hard so you can present yourself to the Most High and receive His approval. Be a good worker, one who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly explains the word of truth. Avoid worthless, foolish talk that only leads to more godless behavior. And I'll read that 15 in the KJV for you, brother. This is, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed."
You have to go to the true men of the Lord, man. You can't study on your own. You have to be taught. You see?
Yep.
And that's another thing you Israelites are trying to do. You're trying to pick up this book and go into it like these Christians do, and you're fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the Most I told you He was going to give you passages according to His heart that shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Now, you have to discern in your spirit who those men are, if the Most High allows you to do that.
We can't do it. It's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Ephesians 2 and 8.
That's it.
Yeah. And then, you if you're not diligent, you're not studying to show yourself approved, like we just read, the Most High is going to lead you right to the slaughter.
That's right.
We're trying to win Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's approval, man, not man's approval. We want to make sure that He is happy with what we have done to run this race, man.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the ultimate judge, man.
Con. All right, and I'll read that in the KJV. Verse 15. "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth."
Nope, because all these false prophets are going to be, hey, man. Hey, man. When they're out there, hey, their bowels losing, they can't control their urine or their backhoe, man. In that time of Jacob's trouble that's coming, that great and dreadful day of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, when they're over there holding their stomach like a woman, giving birth to children, Hey, man. And that day, that's going to be a shameful day unto you, man. Why? Because you didn't hearken. You didn't fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
We'll close it out.
And by contrast, you can have the elect there, you're going to have that stability, right? Because of the wisdom. Isaiah 33:6, the wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of that time for the elect, man.
Go ahead, brother. I'm a one, but you had something?
Yeah, I know you said Psalms 32. I just want to, bring this up. This is Psalms 32 and verse 9. It says, "Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding, whose mouth must be held in with bit and bridle, lest they come near unto thee." And that's these people out here that are just running their damn mouth, not knowing what they're talking about, man.
Not understanding that. Oh, I got one. Not understanding that what?
Yeah, what you
What does
say is
how should I
going
tell us? Matthew 12 and 36 it says, "But I say unto you, that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment." So all of you who are remixing the Most High's doctrine, ain't no Jacob's trouble, ain't no mark of the beast, we ain't got to worry about nothing. We done went through all our tribulation. You're gonna have to answer for all that in the time of judgment, man. You see? See, y'all fucking with the wrong one, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is not to be fucked with. Yahweh Shai is not to be fucked with, man. You see? And that day of reckoning is gonna come for every single one of you who are out here speaking against the men of the Lord, you see, who the Most High sent on His behalf to give you the understanding of His will, man. You're gonna reap what you've been sowing in this earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be very bloody.
You know?
Yes, I
Hey,
know.
man, it's because the elect, starting with the 144,000, those men are coming meek, humble, ready to submit to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. You false prophets, y'all like a brute beast, man.
Yep.
Untamed animal who needs to be, taken down and rough, man, and be made submit. What's the scripture? All my enemies that
Which did I not
Yep.
serve over them?
Luke 19:25.
Luke 19.
Yeah, man, because everything you say is you're going to be held accountable for that. You know, so if you're out here leading the flock astray, you're teaching falsehoods, teaching unsound doctrine, hey, that's going to be your ass one day, you know.
Yep.
This is really quick. I got a couple precepts. This is Proverbs 21 and 23. It says, "Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles."
Yep.
You see?
And not everything you think you have to say, man.
Yep. And if it's
You gotta fight those demons, man.
you gotta know when it's demons speaking, man. You gotta be able to discern that in the spirit. And a lot of Israelites haven't come up on that level to even discern. Because at the end of the day, they're what? They're reprobate.
Mm-hmm.
You see, a reprobate has no understanding of good and evil. They have no understanding of judgment. So that's why they out here just flying off at the mouth, saying whatever the fuck they want to say.
And one more. Proverbs 12 and 18 on the contrast. It says, "There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health."
Because what? It's speaking life into you by giving you the understanding of the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see?
Con.
Was
That's
that
what
You
this
the
health is, you
understanding,
know.
giving you the
Life.
understanding, giving you the warning,
Yup,
not deceiving you, not using gimmicks.
yup.
That's all, brothers.
No, that was, let me finish it off. This is Psalms 32 and verse 10. It says, "Many sorrows shall be to the wicked, but he that trusteth in the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, mercy shall compass him about.
That's right.
Be glad in the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart."
Let me bring this out in the Good News Translation. That's Psalms 32 and 10. It says, "The wicked will have to suffer, but those who trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are protected by his constant love. You that are righteous, be glad and rejoice because of what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has done. You that obey him, shout for joy."
That's right.
It is.
We'll wrap it up on this one, man, for all you rebels. Luke 19 and 27, it says, "But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me." And this is what's about to happen to all you niggas who out here running off at the mouth. You out here moving in the wrong spirit. You see, basically you're fucking Americanized Israelites, man. You see, you haven't become a new creature, so you haven't fallen up under the order of Yahweh Shai, so the only thing that's coming for you is death and pain, man.
Yep. And with that, Lord willing, this lesson is edified. We want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. A double honors going out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and real well. May Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai have mercy upon you and your families, man. As always, Shalom, Shalom, Abad, Babal.
Shalom to the elect.